What's up guys, Greenchili here, and today we're going to do a Transmog showcase. As your host, Greenchili will show you guys some awesome Transmog sets that you can wear for your Shaman, or any other class out there. But of course, in this video, you are here for the Dwarf Shaman Transmog sets here. So, today, as your host, will show you guys some awesome Transmog sets for your character out there. And today, we're going to show you guys a Transmog set on this video called the Darkiron Supporter Fighter set. And this set looks pretty awesome in my opinion. I like the little black, the black metal look, and the tip of the lava tip blades, and just really stands out. And the shield, I mean, let's be honest, it looks like a claw. So, I mean, if it doesn't strike fear on enemies, at least you can literally use this and shove it up their ass. So it's a pretty nice, awesome set, and plus it's a good back scratcher. I mean, the more you think about it, it's a back scratcher. What more can a dwarf want? And also, if you're also waiting for the Darkiron ally raise, then this is a good time to actually use this set for that instead. If they can be Shaman, but if they're not, I mean, at least I tried. I mean, most of the pieces on here are almost available, but whatever. I mean, you can pretend to be a Darkiron, so why not? So let's get started on this Transmog showcase. After all, let's start with the headdress of the first Shaman. This one is from Archaeology. You must have 300 skill, and you have to go to Outlands. And what I recommend is do this on Outlands on Hellfire Peninsula, which you can do this dig site about a dozen times. Just find the orc dig sites and do a bunch of them until you get the option to get the headdress, and then all you do is just try to get enough materials, and then once you fill the bar, you can get your headdress. And it's a pretty easy reward, but I do recommend this doing on a PvE or normal server if you don't want to be ganked. And trust me, I got ganked at least 2 times, luckily. So your chance of getting ganked is kind of likely depends on your server. So make sure you do this on a PvE server just to keep it safe. But if you don't, if you're like me who's crazy, why not? Anyways, moving on is the shoulder pads. Now, in order to get these shoulder pads, you get it from a token. And all you have to do is actually go to the Outlands one more time, or probably more times, who knows. In their store, and you get to go to the big giant Tempest Keep raid, known as the Eye. In the Eye raid, that's where you actually go kill the boss, the Void Reaver. And the Void Reaver just sound as scary as the Reaver itself. Look at him. Terrifying, I said. Terrifying! And to get the shoulder pad, you get it from a token, and your chance of getting the token is about a 70% chance. So getting this token isn't that hard. But the hard part is trying to get over the fear of the Void Reaver. Oh my gosh, it looks horrifying, right? Exactly. And that's a fact. Now moving onwards, let's move on to the next piece, which is the chest piece and the pants. The chest and pants is also all part of the same set, so that's why I combined them together. But the easiest I can say is that the pants is a little easier because you do this in the File and Hold from the quest called Containment, which all you have to do is just go through the whole different rounds, defeating 2 bosses, and then you defeat the final boss, which is Sinagosa, which is the final hold in Dalaran. And you can do this on Dungeon Fighter too, so it's not that bad. And then do the whole, not that many bosses. You might even beat this boss, and then finally beat her, and be done. And then you go talk to the quest giver and achieve rewards with the pants. Pretty easy. That's why I just chose, because just for the sake of mercy, really. But you can also get the pants you can get from other ones like World Drops, but I'm just going for the easiest. But let's start with the chest piece. The chest piece, it's a little easy, depends. Now, you can also get this from Boring Tundra, which is located... Boring Tundra? I said Tundra. Boring Tundra from here. And another one, which is actually a lot harder if you want to go hardcore at level 80, which is located right over here. But you gotta go through a quest chain in order to unlock it, and then you have to do a group quest over here, and then do a series of group quests way over here, and then once you do enough of them, then the final quest will be called the Battle at Valhalla's final challenge. And then once you do that one, you get the chest piece on that one. But you also get a little drop, which is about 0.4%. And luckily, it's pretty cheap in the auction house, so your options are limitless. And they're cheap. Why not? I mean, look at this set. It looks freaking badass. And now for the belt, which you might be wondering, like, Greenchili, is that a leather belt? No, it's not a leather belt. It's a mail belt. A weird one, if you ask me. And in order to get it, you gotta go to the Pit of Sauron, which is actually a dungeon. Yeah, you heard me right. Pit of Sauron, a Lich King dungeon, and you have to beat the Scourged Lord Tyrannus, or whatever his name is. And see this little icon with 2 belts? That's the belt we're looking for. And that's how you get that belt. And of course, getting to the dungeon, you have to actually go to Icecrown Citadel, and go over here on the top left, where you go high, and you'll find a little entrance. Not the raid, the entrance of the dungeon's over here. And it's kind of hard to miss it, but once you do find it with the Argidon defenders there, or actually Crusaders I meant, and then you just go in there to the Pit of Sauron, and then just... It's part of like a different series of dungeons, so once you do get to the Pit of Sauron, then just make sure you kill the final boss for that part of the dungeon, and then you'll be able to get that belt. And the belt's percent chance is 4%, so it's pretty low, and from what I can tell, it's kind of low drop rate for such a belt that has a very symbolistic look. Especially this is Wrath Lich King, where you would think that this armor set belt would actually be just something you make from leatherworking, but nope. It's literally a dungeon for endgame content. Who knew? And now, let's move on to the wrists. Now, this wrist is called the Lava Link wristband, which has a nice little red glow and kind of like lava, which I went combined with the shoulder pad, which looks very nice. And in order to get this one, you actually have to kill Rhyolith from Firelands. And this can be located over here in Mount High, like over here from this entrance over here on this area. And then you have to, and the fight is kind of like, depends on your DPS, and also if you're a little bit low level, it might a little bit longer, and you have to be careful with the legs, because he does have a leg mechanic, but if you DPS him hard enough, he'll break out his armor and you can fight like normal. And the percent chance of getting this wrist on 25 heroic is pretty much a 14% chance, so either you get him or not. So just gotta be a little bit lucky. So the next one is going to be the gloves, which these ones can actually be getting from your dwarven little place called Loch McDan from a quest called the never mind. Anyways, is from the Gravedigger's Grips, which can be a world drop from different zones of vanilla. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking of like different gloves, so I'm not gonna edit that out. That's just one mistake. Anyways, moving onwards, everyone. After all, the shoes, however, is actually another one that's actually from Firelands. But weirdly enough, it's from a hunter set and it's from the same difficulty. And that one you can actually get from the Belrock, which is the boss before Majordomo and Majordomo Stackhelm and Ragnaros. And for Belrock, he has a chance of dropping it on heroic mode. And the percent chance of getting it is 60% chance, so it takes a while, but you will get it soon. Now, moving even more onwards will be the shield. And now the shield can be drawn from Blackrock Foundry from Chromog. So if you love doing it on mythic difficulty, make sure you bring a healer rogue in case you guys want to do Blast Furnace, which more likely you will. And it drops from this boss. And you might have noticed that he has those claws. They're like 3 claws and that big, well, if you look in the front paw, you can see that the symbol, which kind of looks like the shield. And you're right. You literally just took off his hand and used it as a shield. Now that's brutal. Now for the axe, which you actually get it from a from the twin bosses from Heimel. Now, the Heimel bosses have a different percent drop rate, depends on the individual boss. For Pole, his drop percent chance is 3%, which is kind of lame compared to Femos. Femos has an 11% drop rate, so you have to like kill one of them, but you're likely to get it from Femos if you want to go for personal loot. But regardless, they do have a likely percent chance, along with the other piece of gear or whatever. So just you guys gotta come up, be lucky, and just to get it. And you do need a group, but likely for Battle for Azeroth, it's gonna be easily soloable. So the only one that's not soloable yet is Blackmore Foundry, but that's because Black Furnace, the Blast Furnace I meant, one of the ads are just too difficult to kill. So it takes a while to get. And I must say that this Transmog set looks very inspiring for me because it looks kind of like very Dwarf from the Black Rock Mountains. It has a nice red black metal into it, and I really say it's a pretty nice set. You can see the little nice chains and the floating rock on the shoulder pads. It's just amazing. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and see you all next time. Peace.